Savannah was born, we were told that she had a heart defect. As we went further along, we found out it was more serious than we thought. From a very early age, Savannah was getting echocardiograms and EKGs and ultrasounds. It kept coming up different, and every time the news came, it was worse. And we knew from a very early age that Savannah would have to have open heart surgery. They told us that her aortic stenosis was of the severity that eventually she would have to have open heart surgery to repair that. So we were honestly just devastated from the beginning.
Yeah, she was 3 years and 10 months old, and it was September 1st. When she went in for surgery, we were in the family waiting room, kind of the typical, we'll be here a few hours and then everything will be okay. And one of the nurses came to us and said, Dr. Bradley needs you to come. I need you to come with me. There's been a problem. And Dr. Bradley came and spoke to us and said, don't know what happened, but when we gave Savannah the anesthesia, she went into cardiac arrest and we couldn't get her heart started back. But because of the lack of oxygen to her brain and because of the time lapse of being able to get her on the bypass, I'm not sure if Savannah will wake up, and that's what we need her to do. The sooner she wakes up, the better off we'll be. And as things continued to progress and she didn't wake up, we ended up having a meeting with the neurologist and the cardiologist and all the other hospitalists that were there. It was about the 27th day after surgery. And they told us that at 30 days, people in this state would be declared clinically in a clinical vegetative state.
That day they talked to us, they said this is as good as she's ever going to get. She's in a hospital bed, she's got no awareness of her surroundings, she doesn't recognize you, she'll never be able to walk, talk, eat, and recognize you. This is as good as she's ever going to get. And she can't stay here. This isn't a long-term care facility.
So on the 27th day, we were heartbroken. Thought, gosh, in 3 days, are we going to be able to handle this? Are we prepared to take care of this situation and take care of Savannah the way we needed to? And I asked the nurse to help me get Savannah out of the bed because it had been a while since we were able to hold her. So I got her out of bed and got to hold her in my arms and started to sing Hush Little Baby. And I noticed that a tear came to her eye. And I thought, oh my gosh, she hears me. I know she hears me. I know she's waking up. I started singing a little bit faster and she just started crying. And I knew that it was because she was hearing me sing that song that always made her cry. So it was like I got hoarse from singing, and I knew that she was beginning to hear me and beginning to become aware. In just a few days, you could hold the little Winnie the Pooh doll over her and she would grab at it with her hand and she would follow it with her eyes. So she started tracking things better and started just waking up every day. We started back with physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy and just made remarkable progress. So there are things in your life that'll happen that will change your life forever. We love the fact that she loves to be involved because we do too.
Coastal's become really special to us, and the friendships we've made and some of the student athletes that have come through and have graduated and moved on, we're still very close with them and still see them a lot. So.
We like being able to make sure somebody's in the stands watching you and pulling for you. And then what might not be your mom or your dad sitting right there, you've got somebody else who's pulling for you out there in the stands. Sometimes our Saturdays are busier than work days, and we start at one event and go to another event and go to a ball game and change for another event and end up at a wedding or a party sometime Saturday night. But it's fun, and it keeps Savannah engaged, it keeps her involved, it keeps her active, it keeps her kind of motivated. I mean, it can be a Thursday morning and she didn't want to get up out of bed, but I go, but it's a basketball game tonight, you have to get up, and she's up, that kind of stuff. Or a soccer game. It's things that she looks forward to. She has just a unbelievable spunk and spirit. That's what I've always called it. She has a special spunk and a special spirit and a gift for making everyone feel welcome.
It has been a great journey. What are you doing?
It's a road trip, isn't it, Savannah?
Right. It's again, I don't think anybody would ever wish for that, but I'm ecstatic that things happened the way they did. I wouldn't change anything.
Me neither.